Okay, everybody. Hello and welcome to the onboarding workshop of our storefronts. My name is Marco and I'm the team lead of the technical support team here in our storefronts, joined today by my colleague Hazel, and together we're going to host today's onboarding session. Now, onboarding workshop is perfect for you guys if you just joined the platform. If you just got on board, these are your very first days. This workshop will show you around what you have gotten, show you around our storefronts, everything we do to support your business through various different venues, through various different resources that you can utilize at your leisure and when you need them, of course. The workshop itself will be divided in two main sections, right? Section number one is going to be in the presentation format, where we will walk you guys through all of the resources that our storefronts has for you. So we will start with marketing resources, walking you guys through those just to kind of make sure, that you guys are aware of everything, where everything is, and how to utilize it. But this is, of course, going to be step number two in your journey. And then we're going to switch over to step number one, which is the software side of things, or the website itself, right? Now, for those of you who are having the website built for you by our storefronts, the info that you will see here will still be extremely valuable to you, because it will just teach you how to navigate the back end of the site, where everything is at, where everything is located, and walk you through some of the processes of the website itself. This is going to be crucial for when you guys take over the website and when you guys start expanding the website, adding more products, tweaking things, when needed, and facilitating all of the marketing campaigns that we will advise you to run. So regardless of, are you guys in the Get Live program, that's how we call it, or are you building the site yourself, the info in the software overview will be valuable to both groups. The second part of the workshop is, as soon as the presentations are over, is going to be the Q&A session. And the point of the Q&A session is that we wanted to answer any questions that you guys might have at the very beginning. So if you guys have any questions, something was not clear, something was not, you did not really understand something and you would like it further clarified, Q&A session of this workshop is going to be the perfect place for it. So whether that's something you came into the workshop with, that's something you would like clarified, or that's something that came up from watching the videos and watching the resources overviews, we are going to answer any questions you guys have. Now, you can ask questions in two ways, right? First and foremost, you can ask questions live on Zoom. All you have to do is locate the raise hand button. It's in the bottom menu bar of your Zoom window. So if you hover your cursor over the screen, reactions button will pop up. Clicking on it, you will find the raise hand option. So if you click on the reactions, it'll display a bunch of different emojis and stuff like that. But the bottom one is called raise hand. So you click on the raise hand and you will see a hand sign in the upper left corner of your screen. I will also see it, and then that will give me a signal that you have a question. I'll go ahead and unmute you, and we'll have a chat. I'll do my very best to answer any questions you guys might have. Another way of asking a question, if you don't, if your microphone is not working or whatever the issue might be with you talking live, we also have a chat feature on Zoom that you can utilize as well. We will be monitoring the chat feature and the chat as a whole throughout the workshop. So even while the presentations are ongoing, you guys can ask questions in there. And myself and Hazel are going to do our very best to catch all of them as soon as you ask them. But in the event that we miss some, which sometimes happens, I'll make sure to address them live as soon as the workshops are over. So the workshop that we're currently on is recorded, right? And the recording will be available in what we call a show notes article, which every workshop will have from this moment onwards. And that just means that you guys can circle back and rewatch the entire workshop at your leisure. So you can watch the presentation or the Q&A or a specific question in the Q&A. Both work, and we will be providing you with a link to the show notes in the chat just throughout the workshop. I think I covered everything. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to share my screen with the presentation video and do a little sound check just to make sure that you guys can hear everything. I think that. How's that sound, Hazel?
All good, Marco.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, guys. So as I said, the presentation video will cover marketing resources first, and then the software side of things are the website resources themselves. So all of the features that you will frequently use, features that you will need when you launch the site and when you're running your business, and also some of the processes like how to upload a product, how to create self-fulfilled product versus auto-fulfilled product, and the resources for it. That's all going to be covered in the software side of things. The video itself is not really made to be followed along as it's playing on the screen. So you're not required to complete a task on your site while you're watching the video. This is more of a high-level overview video that will just show you where everything is, walk you through the basic process, and then provide you with a resource where you have all of that in writing or in a video format, whatever is easier for you. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go off camera and talk to you in about 45 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome to the onboarding presentation. In this presentation, we will outline all resources that are at your disposal with your ArtStorefronts membership and walk you guys through the most efficient ways of utilizing those. The first step will be the resources overview. And in this step, we will show you guys our core resources that you will probably spend most of the time working with. Let's start with the Member Handbook. And Member Handbook is accessed from the white ribbon at the top of the back end of your site here, but it is also emailed out to you as soon as you join our family. And it contains the outline of your ASF journey. As you can see, the Member Handbook is divided in several sections here, and section number 1 is the overview. Now, section number 1 is kind of a big picture overview of your entire ASF journey, which starts, of course, with setting up your website. Once you set up your website, you're going to start marketing, run your very first marketing campaign, all the way up to becoming a self-empowered artist. Now, step number 1, of course, is explained in full detail in section number 2, which is getting your website live ASAP. If you click on that, you'll be redirected down to that page, and first step here, or 2A, is called the 14-Day Website Quick Launch Guide. Now, 14-Day Website Quick Launch Guide contains all the necessary steps explained in full detail with video explanation and step-by-step screenshots with text explanations, whichever way is easier for you guys, to complete your website. Depending on the fulfillment plan that you're on, you will opt in for either guide for auto-fulfillment or guide for self-fulfillment, and if you click on the guide that applies to you, you will be redirected to the support center, where all of the steps to completing your website will be laid out. Here we go. All of the steps are here. So if I go back now to the Member Handbook, next step is step number 3, getting started with marketing. If I click on it, I'll be scrolled down to it, and this section here will walk you through the marketing steps from the very beginning in launching your website to becoming a self-empowered artist. Also, this step will walk you through the marketing resources that are available to you as part of your ArtStorefronts membership, and we're going to cover some of those in full detail today. Section number 4 is everything about print fulfillment. If I click on that section, what media types should I offer? Which sizes should I offer? What happens if something goes wrong with the order? How do I purchase print to stock up for art shows, sample media types, etc.? Basically, anything fulfillment related will be explained in this section here. Now, section number 6 covers how to get support. Section number 7, understanding charges from us and how the payment flow works. Section number 8 is community principles. And section number 9, important resources to bookmark. Section number 10 is a letter to our new customers from Nick Friend, our CEO and owner. Next up on the list, guys, are our main marketing resources that you will start actively using as soon as your website is live. Your marketing journey, of course, begins with launching your website and running your very first marketing campaign aimed at announcing your website and generating leads. Amongst the main resources at your disposal here is our Marketing Resource Vault. And it can be accessed from the back end of your site simply by hovering over the Marketing tab in the white ribbon at the top and clicking on the Marketing Resource Vault here. Now, Marketing Resource Vault is our index of all playbooks and tutorials that we have at our storefronts. They're categorized in different sections here for easier browsing, and you can always use the search bar to locate what you're looking for. So, for example, I'll type in Live Art Show, and the Vault will display all results relevant to the Live Art Show, including our Live Art Show Playbook 3.0. Another resource that's critical for growing your business is the Art Marketing Calendar, and it can also be accessed from the back end of your site, again in the Marketing tab. If you just hover your cursor over and select the Art Marketing Calendar, you will be led to our current active marketing calendar. In the calendar, you will find our daily recommended strategy, which was created by our marketing team along with the CEO himself, and is updated 365 days a year. It will cover what to do every day of the year to steadily grow your art business. Tasks on the calendar are designed specifically with time constraints in mind, and no task on the calendar should take more than 30 minutes a day. Now, while following the marketing calendar and a general marketing advice, you guys might end up with questions about a certain strategy or things not making sense. And in that regard, I wanted to show you guys how you can get marketing help for any marketing questions that you guys need. So basically, what you got to ask yourself first is, who do you need help from? If it's art storefronts marketing professionals, then you come to the office hours workshops. Now, office hours workshops are a weekly marketing consulting sessions with our marketing team. They're done twice a week. Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Time is office hours traction, and then office hours ramping is done Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Now, office hours workshops are places where you can ask questions when something doesn't make sense in the advice that our marketing team provides, or something on the calendar doesn't make sense, or you have something very specific, very unique going on in your business and you would like to hear some feedback from it, some professional feedback on it, and get some professional advice on how to approach a certain situation. The office hours workshops are divided in two. They're divided in office hours traction and office hours ramping sessions. Office hours traction is for people with less than $2,000 in sales on our storefront's website. And office hours ramping are for people with more than $2,000 in sales on our storefront's platform. We try to divide those two groups because the advice given and questions asked are not always the same for those stages of your business. On the other hand, if your question would be best served by other artists and the other artists could give you the best answer to a question, your best bet is to go to our Small Wins Facebook group. Now, Small Wins Facebook group is our Facebook community of artists that you can access from the back end of your site. So we're going to go back here to the Marketing tab, click on the Small Wins Facebook group in here, and this will take you straight to the Facebook group. Now, you should already be a member as a process of joining. This is one of the steps, but if you're not, click on the join button here and we will approve your requests right away. Now, in here, you can get input and assistance from other artists. Now, if your question is something very art specific or something very business specific, such as, for example, who is the best provider of crates for shipping large canvas paintings, you can ask us, but we will likely just show you the Small Wins Facebook group and direct you there, because this is a question that's really best answered by people who have shipped a lot of art. You will also find very different questions in here. You will find people asking for feedback on their paintings. You will find people asking for feedback on their merch, people sharing their wins and successful strategies, and stuff like that. Also, what you will find is feature tab. Now, in the feature tab, you guys will find all official announcements from our team. You will find announcements from our tech team with new feature releases or updates to existing features, and you will find announcements from our marketing team with updates to playbooks, recordings of workshops, and anything that's relevant for your marketing strategy or for the week that you guys are currently in. Next up on our list is the Art Business University. Art Business University is a completely online art business education program that will save you thousands of expensive and generic education courses. It is the most comprehensive collection of art business education, Facebook and Instagram ads, for example, art licensing, selling commercially, email marketing, shipping originals, and much, much more. It can be accessed, again, from the back end of your site if you hover over the marketing tab and click on the Art Business University. Your Art Storefronts membership grants you full access, unrestricted access to every single course on the Art Business University, and they can all be found if you click on the Courses tab over here, and that will lead you directly into the courses. You can filter them by categories in here. Status and level filter are also here. Now, next up on our list is Art Storefront's services site. Now, services site can be also accessed from the back end of your site. It has a separate section, separate button here in the navigation bar. So if you just click on it, you'll be led straight to the website. Now, Art Storefronts also provides you with an in-house agency team that will handle any marketing or tech services you may need. Our marketing agency team will help you accelerate your business by providing services such as Instagram Growth Engine, for example, Facebook Warm Ads, Email Scribe, Marketing Assistant Service, and many, many more. They're all laid out here on the homepage of the services site. You can filter them. If you just click on marketing services over here, there's currently Mother's Day coming up, so we have Mother's Day specials, but almost every holiday has its own specials, so there will always be a tab in here with services related to that holiday. Also, we have a tech support agency services. One of those services is a Get Live service, where you can hire a tech support agent from our team to set up the site for you completely. We also have account manager service, where you can have a personal account manager from our technical support team answering any questions you may have and assisting you to set up anything on your site. A lot of these services in here can also be browsed just by clicking on the bulletin item here, and you guys will see exactly what this service is, what this service covers over here, and what's the cost of this service. Same thing goes for the marketing services as well. Hey guys, next stage of our presentation will be the website's backend overview. In this section, we will walk you through the backend of your site, show you the ropes, and show you where to begin building your site. So let's start off with a blank Google search. I'm just going to go ahead and type in www.artstorefronts.com, which will take me to the main web page of Art Storefronts. This is where I can log into my account, and the login credentials were provided to you by your sales representative in an email welcoming you to the family. If you have any issues logging into your account, please reach out to Art Storefronts Tech Support immediately, and we will make sure that you have a correct username and password so you can log into your account. Now, once we get that done, once we click on the login button, we will immediately be led to your account on Art Storefronts website. Now, your account should have your website listed on here. So in my case, I'm just going to use this website over here. Click on the edit site button, and that will take me to the back end of my site, or my site manager, as you will often hear it referred to in our documentation. Now, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of the back end of the site, or the site manager, so you guys have a little bit better idea of how this is laid out and how it works. On the navigation menu here, we have pages, which are pages on your website, and these pages are divided in pages that are appearing on your homepage, which are listed green, and pages that are not appearing on your navigation bar on your homepage, which are listed red. Now there are several reasons why you would not list a page, and we will get into those a little bit later. But the main thing to understand here is that all of these pages over here are pages that are active on your website. Now you can delete a page by clicking on the trash can icon over here, or you can move it around by clicking on the move icon over here and rearrange your pages like that. Now the green pages over here will be arranged in the order that they are arranged in the backend. You can also create subcategories and second level of subcategories if you want to have, for example, one gallery that's then displaying several different levels of categorization, such as right here. All you need to do is click on the move tool over here and just drag it to the slot underneath, like so. There's one slot and then there is another slot in here, which will indicate that K8 gallery in this case will be under limited editions product gallery. One more thing to note here is that page labels or names of the page will be in blue underlined text, while page type, which of course is a lot more important, will be in italic grayish letters over here. Now, every page type has its different function on the site. For example, product galleries are set to display your products on the site, whereas standard pages are just blank canvas pages where you can build your own page using our elements in our on-site content builder. Then there are different store pages, which we will get to in detail a little bit later, experience pages, then there are form pages, etc., etc. Our next tab up here is the header and footer section. And if we click on it, here you will be able to upload your logo images for big screen representation and also upload your logo image for mobile navigation and for your social media sharing icons. We will have footer section here, subscribe bars, announcement bars, augmented reality badge, trust bars, and GDPR consent overlay. Site address is where you will add your custom domain. Theme section is where you can change the themes and layouts of the site. And then of course site settings is the backend settings that will be critical when you're setting up your site. Right above there we have the Jump To tool, which is a drop-down menu of shortcuts to various sections of your site. First major page and first major feature that we will go over in this presentation will be the contacts section. So we're just going to go ahead and click on the contacts from the Jump To tool. Now the contacts section, or ArtStorefront's all-in-one contacts manager, is your database of contacts that you have generated on your site or that you have imported from the list that you already have. Now there are several ways you can acquire a contact. One would be, of course, to import the list that you have, and that can be done by clicking on the import contacts. You would, of course, have to generate those contacts in a CSV file template that we have and arrange those in the correct order. And the show notes of this workshop will have a detailed instructions on how to do that. You can download your contacts list in a CSV format over here, and you can manually add a single contact if you just click on the Add Contact button. Now the next tab over here is segments, and you have the ability to segment your contacts in different groups, which will sign up through different forms or be part of different promotions and so on and so forth. Moving a little bit down, we have filter by status, where you can filter your contacts by cold, warm, warm and hot, or opportunities in here. You guys will learn more about these as you move along in your marketing plan. You can also use the search bar to find a contact that you're looking for. And moving on down, of course, we have the list of contacts that you guys have generated on your site. Every single contact will have an eye icon all the way to the left, and the eye icon, when you hover over it, will show you some basic information about that given contact. When was it created? Did it consent to cookies? Did it opt in for newsletters? Number of visits, events, order count, and total ordered. Now, if you click on the contact itself, you will get to the back-end page of that contact, where you will find the detailed information on all of these kind of shortcuts that we just saw. So just give this a second to load. And in here as well, you can prepare a welcome email for the contact. You can also set welcome emails to be sent automatically in your site settings. Now, as for the backend page of the contact itself, here on the info tab, you can edit the basic information of the contact, special instructions for backing slip and stuff like that. In the user tab, you can override their username and password. You can see their favorites list in this tab over here. Now, keep in mind that this is just a test contact, so it won't have any favorites list. Now, segments that this contact has been added to, addresses, behavior, and in the behavior tab, you guys will be able to see the detective, where you guys will be able to track movements of this contact through your site. Everything they clicked on, every page they visited, every product they visited, the time that they spent on the product, every event that they did. An event would be to, for example, add something to the cart or reach a checkout page or anything like that. You guys will be able to see in the behavior tab. The behavior tab, you can also find uploads for your upload stores, orders that this contact has with a total number of revenue ordered, and unsold cards are kind of separated in a separate segment here. Now, as part of the website setup, you will find a stage called Connect Your Website with MailChimp. Now, MailChimp is an email service provider that you guys will use for every email campaigns, every mass emailing, for any promotions that you're doing on the site or anything like that. And contact section is the page that's directly connected to MailChimp. You will set up MailChimp by creating MailChimp account if you don't already have one, and you will connect them by copying over the script and the integration key. Every single contact that you guys acquire, whether that's through your lead capture tool or through your promos, or if you import them to the site through a CSV file, will automatically sync to your MailChimp list. Segments that these contacts are added to will transition as tags to MailChimp, and you will be able to single them out and create specific campaigns for a certain tag if that's what you wish to do. Again, all of this is part of the 14-day guide, and detailed instructions on how to do this will be added there. Next feature that we wanted to go over is the orders section. Now we're going to go back to our jump to tool here and click on orders, and we will arrive at a page that will have all of our orders listed right here in the orders section. Now let's talk a little bit about this page in particular. So we have all orders tab in here, which will list every single order that you had on the site, regardless of was it a self-made order or purchased by your customers. You can filter out self-made orders over here, and self-made order is a process where you, as a site owner, are placing an order on your site for your fulfillment vendor. You will do this for several different reasons, whether you need to order samples for a promo, or somebody pays for something offline and you just want to log that order into the site. All of that can be done by using a self-made orders feature. If you select a contact that has the wholesale buying ability, and you can add that for every contact, we would recommend, of course, you creating a contact of yourself and then enabling a wholesale buying ability, you will be able to place orders to your vendor at the wholesale cost. Now, this, by clicking on a new order here, you will initiate the self-made order process, and detailed instructions on how to do this, of course, will be in the 14-day quick launch guide. Vendor purchases will filter out those orders that are placed to the fulfillment vendor, and you can also filter orders with unpaid fees, where you can pay these fees and they will all be listed. Going back now to the all orders tab, I wanted to walk you guys through the order itself. Now for this, I'm going to use the test site of one of my colleagues who has the order that I can actually use to walk you guys through. So we're gonna move on to the website of my colleague here and use her order number 1000 to explain the breakdown. So what happens here, guys, is if you click on the order number in this case it's 1000, you will be led to the backend page of that particular order. Moving down here, we see all relevant info about this order, such as payment method. In this case, it's purchased by a site owner, but you guys will usually see credit card or PayPal in here. Payment page, in this case, of course, website owner bypass. Customer info on the left and the shipping address on the right. Shipping label is going to be here. Fulfilled by, Bay photo, standard shipping, shipping amount, etc., etc. And then down here, you'll see the item itself, item name. You can download the image over here. Attributes are going to be to the right, where you guys will see medium, size, and finishing, or print option. Quantity field, unit price, and the total amount here. Down below, you guys will see the total amount, which consists of the subtotal plus taxes plus shipping. In this case, taxes were not applicable because the contact was exempt, but in the event where they're applicable, this is where they will show up. Shipping also is added over here, and then the total is $26.99. Below that, you have the profit breakdown. Now keep in mind that this is a test order, so profit is not going to be very much, but the profit breakdown feature is right here, where you guys can just hover over the question mark icon, and you guys will see the full profit breakdown of this order. Subtotal before discount, shipping, taxes, net profit from products before shipping and taxes, and then net earnings after shipping and taxes will be listed right here. Now I wanted to go over the ordering process and the payment flow and answer the question, how do you guys get paid from your orders? Now, in the process of setting up your site, one of the steps in the 14 days guide is setting up what we call a payment gateway. Now, a payment gateway can either be Stripe or Authorize for your credit card payments and PayPal for PayPal payments. And you can set up both vendors at the same time. Now, when somebody places an order of an item that is self-fulfilled on your site, such as the original painting or anything that you will fulfill and ship yourself, the ordering process is pretty straightforward, which means that the customer will complete the purchase on the site, and funds from that purchase will go directly to your payment gateway. The process is the same for orders that are automatically fulfilled, only there is one more step in the process, which is called vendor purchase. Now, a vendor purchase is a process where the site will automatically order the item that the customer specified from your fulfillment vendor, in which process you will be charged for the fulfillment and shipping costs from the credit card that you have on file. Next step in our tutorial will be creating different types of products. And we're going to go over creating products that are automatically fulfilled by your fulfillment vendor and also products that are self-fulfilled by you. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the products that are fulfilled by the vendor. Now, these products should be uploaded to the Art Print store. By default, this store should be labeled Warehouse for Open Edition Prints, and it is a page directly connected to your fulfillment vendor, and as such, it will inherit all the mediums, all the frames, all the styles and print options from the vendor. So let's go ahead and click on the Art Print store here. And I'm going to walk you guys through the uploading process and give you a quick run through the Art Print store itself. So on the products tab, we have everything products related. So this is where we can add products. We can click the add button, or we can drag and drop our images here. On the left side here, we have folders, which are used for internal storage within the store. If you end up with a lot of products, large number of products, it's going to be much easier if you store them in folders. In here, we have our products listed, and every product has an edit button here that will take me to the back end of that product, where I can go ahead and edit the specifics like the name, item code, sizes, and stuff like that. Next tab over here is the pricing tab, where I can determine the prices of my print products. Prices of the print products are designed in a markup system. That means that the fulfillment vendor that you're fulfilling with will determine a wholesale price of a certain medium on a certain size, and on top of that, you're adding your markups. Now, we at our storefronts do not recommend that you go below 250% for your markups. And that is what the site comes with. So if you want to change that to go above, you can absolutely do that, but we would not recommend going below. You can see how much the medium will cost on a certain size just by locating that medium in the pricing tab. So let's say I was looking for a Hahnemühle Fine Art Pearl here. I want to click on either one of these boxes and you guys will see the pricing matrix appearing on the right side. So this pricing matrix will tell me the wholesale cost for a Hahnemühle Fine Art Pearl on 8x12 and markups of 250% will be applied afterwards. These two numbers combined give me the retail price or the price that the customer pays for on the site. Now, of course, if I want to update this here to check out a different size, let's say 16x24, the numbers will update. And also, if I update the markup percentage here, same thing will happen. The markup percentage added for one size in here will be applied to every single size that any medium can be printed at. Let's go back now to the main page of our art print store, and I will walk you guys through the process of uploading a product and uploading an image to your store. So I'm going to click on the Add Products button here, and I'm going to select an image from my computer. Now, when it comes to the images, the website is looking for a high resolution image. You're looking for anything that's as close as possible to the website's megapixel limitation of 200 megapixels, and you're looking for anything that's as close as possible to the website's file size limitations, which is 100 megabytes. You're also looking for a color profile that's either sRGB or Adobe RGB on an 8-bit file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate one of the images in here, let's say cactus close-up, hit open, and you guys will see the uploading process will start. Now, the uploading process will be followed by processing, which is a process where the website will analyze this image for its resolution. And based off of the resolution, the website will give me sizes that this particular file can be printed on. There we go. So the processing will start now in a second. And once the processing is over, the product will be created. If I scroll a bit down to the product section, I will see the cactus close-up product appearing right here. And if I click on the edit button, I will be able to change basic information about this product, such as the name, item code, artist name. I can add some search keywords in here, add some descriptions, short or long. I can also determine sizes in here. So for example, for this image, I can print that up to 72 by 48. Available print options, available medium that I want this particular product to be printed at. Also, this goes for merch. Merch items are listed over here. And my cactus close-up product has been created once I have gone through all of those settings and selected what I want for this particular product. Now, store pages in general are a back-end feature. They're not a feature that appears in the front end of your site, and they're not something that your site visitors should have access to. They host your high-resolution images, and you don't really want those out there. You want those to be hidden, and your site should display low-resolution previews of the images that you have uploaded. Now, on our storefronts, that process is automatic, and the site will do that for you. So let me just go ahead and select a product here. And I want to add this particular product to a product gallery type of page. If I click display selected on the website and click on go, I will be able to select a product gallery that I would like to see this product added to. So let's say I want to go with bestsellers and I want to go with gallery 1. I want this product in those two galleries. Now in this page here, I can create a brand new product gallery if I want, or I can do a quick edit and change the name in here, or I can click on edit here and do a little bit more in-depth editing. But if I'm satisfied with what I've selected here, I want to click on update, and the product that I have created will be added to my website. We can check that by clicking on the View Live Site button here, and this will take me to the front end of my website. In here, all we need to do is locate the bestsellers gallery. Let's just find it. It's somewhere in here. Here we go. And find the product that I have just added here. Now, when I click on the product, you guys will see anything that I have selected in the backend. So you will see mediums, you will see sizes, and you will see styles that I have selected. Now, the next step on our list is going to be creating products that are self-fulfilled. Now, even if you're connected to the fulfillment vendor, you have the ability to self-fulfill a lot of your products. Now, self-fulfilled products are created in a different store type called the standard store. And when an item from a standard store has been ordered, there is no automatic process that's happening, of course, other than sending an invoice to the customer and sending a confirmation email. So let me walk you guys through exactly how to create different product types in a standard store and what that whole process looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to locate our standard store page type here. On my site, I got a bunch of them, so I'm just going to use the originals warehouse here, but the standard store is the page type. By default, your standard store should be labeled warehouse for originals, limited editions, and standard products. So let's go ahead and click on the originals warehouse. In my case, that's just the label of it. Like I said before, labels don't really matter. It's the page type that matters. Now, the layout here is somewhat similar to the art print store. You have folders, you have products over here. All of these options are the same, and there is an add product instead of add image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the add product option here. And the first thing that I'm asked is, what type of product am I creating? And this is critical here because different product types have different settings and different features to them. For example, standard product can be basically anything, right? Can be anything from the self-fulfilled merch items to sculptures to commissions to books, anything that's not really fitting the fine art framework. Original art product is, of course, your original paintings. Calendar products are self-fulfilled calendars. If you do not wish to fulfill your calendars with our automatically fulfilled vendor, Guten, then you have the ability to create a calendar product that has the similar layout and self-fulfill that one. Limited edition art products are print products that have a limited number to them. Polyptych art products are multi-panels. And then we have gift card products, which are digital gift cards with a certain credit that a customer can use. So let's go ahead and create the original art product here. I'm going to give it a name in here. Original test. Of course, you would put in the name of your painting over here. This is just a test for this video. Now, once I click save there, the product has been created and I can add some images to it. For every product in a standard store, you can add multiple images to the same product. Now, this allows you to present your original piece from different angles to showcase different frames, to showcase different hanging options, to showcase the piece scaled next to a furniture piece or anything like that, just to give the customer a little bit of a sense of how this looks like in a space. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, click on Add Photos in here, and then select images that you would like to upload. Of course, the images that I'm going to upload are not really of a same product or anything like that, but of course you would upload images of the same product. I'm just walking you guys through the process here. So I'm just going to select 3 random images for this test, click on open, and wait for those images to upload. When it comes to image specifications of a standard store, those are not as strict as the Art Print store. The images do not necessarily need to be high resolution images. Phone images will work for your standard store items, and limitation of size of a product in the standard store is 20 megabytes. So you guys don't need to overthink the quality of the image in here. As long as the image is crisp, as long as it's visible, as long as it's not blurry, it will do the work. Now my images are uploaded in here. I can see them in image rotation. I can move them around to rearrange them in the order that I wish them to display at, and then move down to the info tab. Now here I can change the name, quantity, artist name, item code, and size. Size, of course, is a big one, so I'm going to put a size there. Make sure to put the size for wall preview as well. Make sure it matches the size up there. Short description, long description are also here. Description for catalog, and then the price field here as well. Now, just an important heads up here: if there is nothing in this field, if it's a null value, the product will not be purchasable. So the buy button will not be there. You need to have at least something in here. Even 0 will work, but that's not what you want. So I'm just going to put a $1,000 price point on this one. Search keywords are for keywords search on your site, and then shipping weight. If you are going to create a shipping method that calculates shipping cost based on weight, this is where you would add that shipping weight. Once I'm satisfied with these changes here, I'm going to hit save button, and my product will be saved. Once it is saved, I can click on preview site just to see how my product looks like on the front end. So here we are. There are the images that I uploaded in the rotation. In here, $1,000 price point, size 20 by 30. Not much to it, but we just went over the basics. Next up, I wanted to go over themes and layouts of your website. Our Storefront's website is provided with a lot of different themes and layouts, all of which can be activated with one click. They're all listed in the theme section, which can be accessed from the navigation bar in the back end of your site. Now, theme section in itself has 2 different tabs: Our Themes and Your Themes. Now, Our Themes are all of the templates that Art Storefronts provides by default that can be activated simply by clicking the Activate button. If you activate one of the themes, you will not lose any content on your website. Products will still be there, all the text will still be there. The only thing that will be changed is the layout and positioning of your logo, positioning of your navigation bar, positioning of your icons on the homepage, and stuff like that, layout related. The content will still stay the same. Now, Your Themes section is a section that holds copied templates from this page that you guys can edit using coding. If you copy a theme, for example, this is a sleek copy, I can click on the edit button here and access the back end of that theme. If I click on start editing over here, I will see options to insert customized CSS, JavaScript, and HTML codes to customize the theme in any way I want. If you guys are web developers or you hired a web developer to do this for you, this is how you can do that. Let's circle back to the main theme page now. And back to our themes over here. And down below these 2 tabs, you guys will see theme version. Now, there are 3 theme versions over here, and we would highly recommend that you go with the 3.0 version because that one is latest. That one is latest not only in design, it's also latest in all of the marketing advice, and it has the best customer experience by far. Also, Theme 3.0 has specific features that are only available on that theme, such as the color filter or the medium filter or subject matter filter, all of which can be activated in the back end of your site.
When it comes to the templates themselves, you guys can preview how they look like on a test site if you only click on the preview button over here. This will load up a test site with this theme activated with some placeholder images in here and placeholder content overall. If you just click on the back button, you guys will circle back to your theme section with no changes being applied to your website. Now you guys will notice that these theme previews have these big banner images that you might not see when you activate a theme on your site. And this is because these banner images need to be set up and activated on your site specifically. So if you circle back to the Pages tab, and we will cover the homepage billboard. You can activate a billboard on any page on your site, but the homepage billboard is the most common one. All I need to do here is find my homepage, and the homepage is the page that has a house icon next to it. In this case, mine is actually called a homepage, but that might not be the case on your end. So if I click on the homepage here and click on the Info tab, I will find the billboard on the right side here. The process is the same for any page type on your website. Now in here, I can click on the Add button and add the billboard myself. There are 3 different types of billboard. One is a legacy, which is the old, simplest version of the billboard. There is a looping video you can add, and there is a slippery billboard, which we do recommend if you are going to have a billboard in the first place. Slippery billboard has a lot of the up-to-date features, such as different transition effects, movement of the image when the image is wide enough, and fun stuff like that you can add to your site. Next up, we will cover how to reach out to customer support when you get stuck in any of the steps in site building process. Now, our storefront's customer support is really top-notch, and we can be reached out through various means of communication based on your convenience and the nature of the issue itself. If you're just browsing through the back end of your site or you're working on something, the chat button will be available in the lower right corner. It's this orange support button that when you click on it, you guys will be led to the chat box, and if you type in the question, you will be connected to the chat agent right away. There are some helpful resources in here. If you guys find those helpful, you can use them right there. Now, the second way to reach out to customer support of our storefronts is to open up a ticket within our support team. Now, a ticket is just a technical term for an email that you guys send us, and the email address that you guys can use is cs for customer support at artstorefronts.com. So cs@artstorefronts.com. Another way you can send us an email is simply by clicking on the support icon over here. You'll be led to the support center, and submit request button will be right here, and you guys can just type in your question and send us an email from here directly. Another way to reach out to customer support is to schedule a technical support call with us. Now, technical support calls are 30-minute calls with our tech support experts that will walk you through any issues that you guys have and provide the most efficient solution. You guys can book a call simply by clicking on the Schedule a Call with Us button in the lower left corner of your screen here, and you guys will be able to select the next available date that works for you. Another good way to reach out to customer support is through live support tech sessions on Zoom that we run 5 days a week. Those can be accessed Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and Tuesday, Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. Those are ongoing for 2 hours, and if you guys pop in at any time, you guys can just ask your question. The team there will screen share with you, and they will walk you through the most efficient resolution to your question.
Okay, everybody. Now that wraps up the first part of this workshop, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys found that helpful. And now we're going to go into the Q&A session. So again, if you guys have a question, hit that raise hand button. It's in the bottom menu bar when you click on reactions, or you can just type your question in the chat. And both of those will be answered as soon as we see them. So again, hover your cursor over the screen, the bottom menu bar should pop up, and reactions should be one of the options. And once you find reactions and click on it, you will see the raise hand as an option down there. If you have any trouble finding the raise hand button, just type in the chat or just like physically raise your hand. We'll see it either way. Okay, so we have Bob here to break the ice. Hey, Bob. Good afternoon.
Okay. I received an email from Bay Photo welcoming me to them. And then it says something like, go to the site and check out, or do I need, okay, first of all, are my credentials to enter the Bay Photo the same as my credentials for art storefronts?
So yes, and you don't actually have to enter Bay Photo because everything from Bay Photo is already integrated on your site. So what they were saying is that you should log into your website and then open up your art print store to see all of the media types that they offer. Media types, style finishers, print options, hanging options, frames, and and all of that stuff. So that's all already added in your print store. All you got to do is go back to the back end of your site and select what you want to offer, basically.
I see. I have one other question. The MailChimp account, do I need to set that up separately?
Yes, so you would open up an account, go with a free plan. Don't pay for anything on MailChimp yet. Go with a free plan, set it up just...
I'm sorry, I just go to, is it MailChimp.com or?
Yeah, MailChimp.com. So before you do that, Hazel, can you add the MailChimp playbook in the chat? MailChimp Playbook for Artists is a document that will walk you through MailChimp in general. So I would highly suggest watching those videos first before doing anything on MailChimp, because that will just give you an idea of, hey, what MailChimp is, what can I use it for, how can I set up my account in a correct way, how can I integrate it with the site. The playbook is a little bit, I think, a little bit older. It was recorded in last year, I think. And MailChimp has since upgraded their interface and stuff like that, but you're looking for the same option. It's just probably moved to the left side or to the right side. Our support center article has the correct up-to-date info if you get lost anywhere. But the reason why I sent you the playbook is because it will talk about the concepts and it will talk about the context of MailChimp. Why are you using it and what's it used for? What is it in the first place? And how can it help you grow your business? So that's important to know before you're going to dive into these tasks or how to set up an account connected to the site and stuff like that. So everything is easier to do when you have a context behind it, right? When you know what you do.
And one last and similar question: is that the same thing for for PayPal?
Absolutely.
And
so PayPal is a payment processor. Right? The difference is that PayPal is crucial for site functioning. PayPal or Stripe or any type of payment processor, people need a way to pay, right? If they want to order something.
Do I need more than one?
It's recommended that you have both Stripe and PayPal, right? Because that allows customers options to either use a credit card or PayPal account if they got money on their PayPal account. So, just giving them more options. You don't have to do this right away. It's something you can do down the line if it's a hustle right now.
Okay, but Stripe is for credit card.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome, Bob. Thank you. Okay. Just saw how that went, guys. No need to be scared for raised hand. Let's see if somebody's physically raising their hand. We always have a few of those. Okay, we got a shy crowd today. How can I integrate PayPal as well? Pretty much the same way as you integrate Stripe. There is a separate section in the site settings of your site. Yeah, there's the article above. How do I price certain pieces separately? Bestsellers, prints at a higher price. So yeah, there is a way you can do that, but it would involve setting up a separate print store for a certain set of items. Now, this is something that you will be doing in the future for merch items or like a gift shop if you want to offer that. or a certain promo that you would have to set up and recreate a store with all different, mediums, prices, stuff like that. So what you can do is you create a whole different print store. It's a whole different universe of its own, just connected to the Bay Photo or Graphic Dimensions, just as your original one. But what you can do is you can determine media types and markups separately. It's not really dependent on the first store. So you can upload products in there and they will be, seen as just regular products on your site. So that's pretty much how you can do it. Okay, so we have Federico, Natalie, and Zoom user. So let's see if we can unmute Federico. I think you'll have to do that on your end because I'm not. Yeah, there you go. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. Nope. No, there must be a wrong microphone selected or something on your end. Yeah, so why don't you figure that out? I'll move on to Natalie and then we'll circle back to you. Hey, Natalie. Let's see.
There we go.
Hey.
I literally just signed up like an hour ago and I'm not even sure what all I have. Is there a way to like locate that in the back office area?
100%. Is your site set up? Did they set up your site?
That they're going to set up my site. Yeah, that's included.
Yeah, for sure. So no, but did they create the site itself? That's because if you signed in
Not
the last
yet.
hour, that's like.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I just signed up, like paid for everything, and I know that I get where they set up the website for me. I just don't know what all else is included. Like,
what is your last name, Natalie?
where I find it. Say that again.
What is your last name?
Grilliant.
Come again.
You want me to spell it?
Yes, please.
All right. GRILLIOT.
Grilliant. Got it. Sorry.
It's okay.
There you go. Let's see if the site has been created in general. And I know it's not set up yet, but let's just see if it's created.
Yeah.
Moment. Sorry, guys, I got a toddler moving.
You're good.
Bursted out of a shower. I just turned off the camera. In panic, he's naked, just running through my office.
Nice. I got a 4-year-old.
Yeah, mine is 3.5. So okay, so here's your site. I found your site. There we go. Okay, so this is the early stages of.
Okay, cool.
This is the front end and this is the back end. So what are we looking for? We're looking for your license type. What type that's in jump to, and you click on billing here.
Okay.
And that gives you just access to the license and the type of the plan you're on and stuff like that. So it's fulfillment artist, so you're automatically fulfilled. Website on a bronze plan, and it's connected currently to graphic dimensions. But let's just start that one more time. We're going to jump to and fulfillment here.
Okay.
And let's see if that's graphic dimensions.
And what is graphic dimensions? What is that?
Yeah, so graphic dimensions is a facility that does printing. They will be doing your printing for you. Graphic Dimensions is a fantastic vendor. You know, we have them and Bay Photo as well. It's, you know, the two, those two printing or vendors, we call them fulfillment vendors. are really under the same umbrella. They're under one company now because one company acquired both of them. But they're really awesome. So Graphic Dimensions is fantastic for you if you have a work that you frame in a very big frames and stuff like that, or like over
I
40
have big,
frame
I
something. Yeah,
have
that's
big
why
pieces.
they.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
do
probably why they.
collages
Yeah.
and big paintings and such. I mean, it literally can create anything, but I just wanted to like, I get excited and I tend to forget things. So
We all do.
yeah, that's what I needed.
That's great. So automatically fulfilled website connected to Graphic Dimensions. You can change that anytime, by the way. You know, if you ever want to switch to Bayphoto, that's absolutely something you can do. But Graphic is, you know, they're pretty reliable company, and the agent will reach out to you. I think it's like 1 or 2 days. You will get an email like welcoming you to the family from, you know, our team, and then you guys can just get on with the process that will involve you filling in the form, giving in some basic info about your business, about yourself, about your images, uploading some of your work. So, you know, the agents can both upload it as prints and see what kind of body of work you do, because they're going to tailor the websites to it. So it's going to be a fun process, and you will be involved.
There'll be help along the way.
I'm sorry?
Then there's going to be ways, like I know you showed us how to like contact support and all that. There's help along the way.
Oh, the site will be completely built for you.
Oh, okay. Yay. That's what I was,
So
that's what I was hoping.
yeah, so that's exactly what's going to happen. So you will have to, of course, be involved in like setting up the Stripe account and setting up these bank accounts that are, you know, asking for your personal info, and that's where the agents will actually point you in the right direction, and then you'll have to set it up yourself.
Yeah, I have PayPal already set up. I have an LLC.
Great.
So am I able to use that one that's for the business
Absolutely.
that I like?
Well, if it's, yeah, if it's, you know, the correct business type and stuff like that, absolutely.
Yeah, it's an art business. That's
Beautiful.
So yeah, okay, that's all I needed.
Well, you know, you've probably solved the biggest hustle of all of them, like creating an LLC, and, you know, everything else can be done in like 30 minutes, you know, all of these accounts that you have to set up.
Yeah, I got invited to the bonus on Pinterest and both Facebook, so I took all of that money and got my LLC. So
Nice.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm all in.
So so that's pretty much it. It's the site is pretty much blank right now, nothing on it, but it's gonna be filled, as you know, in the following days. I assume next week, when the agent reaches out to you, likely Monday, and you guys can get the ball rolling.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I printed out the handbook, and then I already started the questionnaire. So that's
no, great. It's great because, you know, we always say to new people that are on the Get Live that somebody's building a site for them. They're gonna build a site for you and hand you the site, right? You'll be responsible for it, and there's gonna be a promo where you have to set up a page for a giveaway. So it's very useful for you to know these things, right? It's very useful for you to learn how this is done for future, right? It's, you know, we'll set up your website up until a certain point where it's live. We'll guarantee that there will be no glitches and stuff like that when you launch. But ultimately, then we just hand you over the site and the marketing plan.
There's technical support, right? Because I usually ask a lot of questions.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%, 100%.
Okay. All right, awesome.
100%.
Thank you.
We'll even bug you if you have any questions. We'll send you emails here and there. Like you'll have like a weekly email, a monthly email. Just check-ins.
I've been stalking you guys for 3 years, so.
Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. Welcome aboard. Okay. All right. So the name I see for you is Zoom user. That's the only thing I see, unfortunately. So there you go.
Hey, could be me. Sorry.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm the one that asked the question earlier about separate pricing. So I was able to do it as different sizes, different percentage. So that worked. I just thought that
yeah, you can do that.
There's a way,
but that can get complicated very easily.
Of course,
it's good if you have.
So the question I have is when it comes to promotions. So right now, Labor Day is coming. If I want to set up a promo for Labor Day, is that going to annihilate the one that's coming automatically when you sign up. You know, you get a 20% for new members only. I mean, customers.
No,
not
those
new.
are different promos. No,
So how-
the 20%.
So how does it work?
20%. Mhm. So
For example, if I
20%
want to
off
choose the Labor
is.
Day special,
Mhm. Go ahead.
it's
sorry.
not going to be combined, right? They're not going to be combined. So is the 20% going to not be there, but it'll be at 40%?
Good question. Good question. So what we're talking about, just to kind of give context out to the people, right? So what we're talking about is a 20% offer on a lead capture tool. A lead capture tool is the pop-up that appears on your site when somebody logs into the site and they see the pop-up message. Now, the reason why that's there is 20% is there is because it's a very powerful incentive, right? It's very easy for somebody to give you their email if you give them something back. If it's like, hey, just give me your email and I'll send you emails every week, that's not a powerful enough incentive. So what we did is we put like 20% off, like you get a coupon, one-time coupon for your first order only that discounts anything you buy for 20%. That is a promo that's ongoing, like that's permanent promotion ran on your site for everybody new, right? Every time there is a holiday coming, like Labor Day, like, Q4 is coming, it's going to be a bunch of holidays in Q4. The lead capture tool, unless instructed specifically to turn it off, should be left alone. That is a separate promo. And the biggest misconception that people starting out have is that everybody who visits your site will see everything you do. That's not the case for sure. So you can run 5 promos at the same time and people are only going to see one. So that's something that you really don't need to worry about. And if there's ever need for a lead capture tool to be like turned off temporarily or just adjusted in any way, the communication will be clear on that. So we will specifically tell you, hey, adjust your pop-up to this or turn it off until like next Friday or whatever to make way for something else. That's not the case for this sale. And I don't think that's going to be the case for any Q4 promos. So just follow the advice in the marketing calendar, get those, just kind of build up until Labor Day. There's a build up, there's going to be Instagram Reels week next week. So, honor the build up and then hit with a sale, and then build up and then sale, and build up and then sale. That's pretty much what it's all about.
Perfect. So just to reiterate, to understand correctly, the promo will basically show, but the other one, the 20%, will not show. And then once the promo is off.
Oh, even if they both show, the 2 coupons cannot stack one on top of another. You can only use
that's
one.
what I meant. Okay, that was my concern.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, so we have James up next. Did we have somebody before James? Or maybe I'm seeing things. Hey, James.
So I do very limited edition platinum prints in different sizes. Do I have to create a separate product for each size?
No. So no, depends on how you want to lay these out, right? It's all about that. So if you have one product that you can print on different sizes, like there are other options that you can throw in as well. Then you can create a product and then create a set of options for that product and add some price points to those options, and you can make it work like that, right? So it's going to be one product and then a set of options for that product. So no need to create every different size and different product for every size, unless there is something specific for every size that the other one does not have. Like middle size has a frame that, the small size don't, and, stuff like that would really require.
Okay. That's all I had.
Awesome, James.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. I don't think I've seen you here before. A lot of new folks. That's great. Okay. Let's take a look at the chat. Let's see what we got in chat. Okay, Hazel, looks like you're on top of things here. Nice. All right, Bob with another question. You'll have to unmute your end. There you go. It's not letting me unmute you for some reason.
So are there specific hours for the chat support?
9
So
to 5, Monday through Friday.
Sometimes I work late at night and
No, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday for chat support.
and Central Time, right?
Central Time, yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Nine
You can send
to
us an
5.
email always, and we have Zoom sessions running Tuesday and Thursday from 3:30 p.m. Onwards, right, until we finish, basically. And you can always book a call. We have call support on the weekends as well, and we have email support on the weekends. No workshops on the weekends at this time, or chat. But yeah, we're looking always to expand the
So the chat is
operating hours. So yeah, currently just 9 to 5.
so it's 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Central Time.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yep, very welcome. What do you got, Hazel?
Hey Marco, I sent a question over Slack. I think we have an income tax question from Alice.
For income tax, do we use the totals from PayPal Stripe? Does ASF issue 1099 at the end of the year? No, so we don't. So the way that this is laid out is our Storefronts will provide you with the tools to calculate your tax. You know, an export file in any format that you would like for like QuickBooks or any other software that you use for taxes, but you are, as a business owner, responsible for doing your taxes. Our Storefronts does not submit anything tax-wise for you, and all of that is going to be your responsibility. Now, the totals for PayPal and Stripe are going to be used in a calculation for a tax on orders where taxes are applicable, because taxes are not going to be applicable on every order, right? So what you do at the end of the year, you export the list of orders from your site. You get a spreadsheet with all of the orders listed out, and there's a tax row up there that says like tax, and it will show you exactly the tax amount you pay, the customer paid for a certain order. So it's like order, you know, number 17 had $3.23 tax, and then order 19 had $15 tax and stuff like that. So what you can do is you can just highlight that field, sum everything, and there you go. You got the number you know, roughly how much taxes you got to pay. You can, like I said, export that in a format for QuickBooks. If you're using QuickBooks, that's a pretty common tax calculation software. So you can just import that file into QuickBooks and it will just calculate everything for you. So there are ways you can do it. It's relatively straightforward. And of course, if you have any questions about that, our support team is always there to assist you. All right, so we have Sasha with a question. Hey, Sasha.
Hi, I was just unmuting myself. Right, as I have several questions, but I'll start with probably the one I wasn't planning to ask, because it's to do with what you just said, tax. A lot of your customers, or us, are not based in the United States. I'm a British citizen and I'm subject to British taxes. What is these things about taxes? For example, I'll just give you a little intro. I have been into painting and being a professional painter for the last 7 years. I have my own website. I've used Etsy as a platform to sell my work. I also sell it directly from myself when people get in touch, etc., via Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. So I pay my own tax here in the UK. If I sell something through Etsy, which is an American company, they, you know, I sell a product, they take their share of service, and I get paid after that straight into my account, which I have registered with them. And then I pay tax on that here in the UK. Does it work the same with you guys?
Yes. So United States and United Kingdom have this sort of agreement where if a citizen of one country has business in the other country, they can pay taxes in their home country. This is something that I would really direct you to like a professional to explain you, like an accountant or a CPA, just to explain you all the ins and outs about it. They will explain you the rate versus the shipping location. If the shipping location is in the United States or versus the shipping location in the UK, there's going to be a difference where tax is applicable and where it's not applicable. So that is something I would definitely direct you for a CPA. They'll give you the correct rate for the location, and then you can go ahead and set it up in the back end of your site. Just put in that rate to be applied at when certain conditions are met. And that's just basically how you set it up.
But what I mean is, with Etsy, for example, I don't have to worry about taxes, because if somebody from, say, most of my clients, most of people that have purchased from me via Etsy were in the United States and Canada, and Etsy applies taxes, and they charge my buyer
they
themselves.
right
so I don't have to worry about American taxes, and that's what I was asking, whether you operate the same. So for example, if somebody from Louisiana or Illinois orders a painting from me, will they pay a tax, if applicable to you guys, the export tax or whatever it's called? Or will I have to set that? Because if I have to set that, it's a nightmare, which means I have to research. All I want to do is just basically put a price tag on my painting for someone to pay. I will include the shipping cost, etc., and off you go. How does it work with? If you can't answer that, is there anyone in your company that I can speak to about?
Oh, the last one is a very good question. So I can't exactly answer that, and there's nobody in our storefronts that can give you the exact answer, like how to set it up 100%. What I will tell you though is the difference between Etsy and our storefronts. The reason why it's easier for Etsy to charge taxes is because they are the business owner. You're just an artist doing paintings, right? They sell your paintings.
They're a bit like my gallery.
Exactly. You have a gallery on the Etsy site, right? Under a huge Etsy umbrella, right?
Yes.
Now that is different. That falls under different jurisdiction. Versus with our storefronts, you are your own business owner. You own everything on the site, you own everything on paintings, you own literally everything. You have control over pricing, you have control over your marketing, you have control over everything. Now, being a business owner, of course, is much better because you control, like I said, you own your contacts, you own your followers, you own everything. It's absolutely yours. If you ever choose to leave our storefronts, you're just taking all that with you, right? So what that means also, the downside is that you have to do these business things, right? Such as taxes. So what I would say is repeat the initial advice is to reach out, like don't do any research, just reach out to an accountant or somebody's CPA in UK and ask them, hey, I'm based here. If I sell a print that's printed in the United States, inside the United States, am I a subject to a sales tax? If not, or versus if I sell an original and I send it over from UK to the United States, is there a different tax applied? So those are the two basic questions.
Oh, I know the answers to that, but I don't know the answers. I don't know the answers to whether somebody who is importing my painting from the UK in one of your states in the United States that have, because not all states in the United States have the same import laws. No. Some of them actually charge this kind of import tax. Will a customer in a state which has this be responsible for that?
Yes. Yes. So
fantastic. That's all I wanted to know. Because so this is what this is unfortunately now the case with us versus the EU.
I know. I'm from Europe, actually. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but there you go.
We have import tax.
When Britain was in the EU, we didn't have to worry about that. Now, when I'm exporting to Italy or France, all I have to do is just put a code on my parcel, and the person in Italy or France is basically responsible for paying importing tax. So it's the same with the United States.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know, because I'll be doing very little prints to start with. I'll be focusing mainly on the originals. Second question,
So,
I'll try and be
sure.
quick. I seem to be the only complete newbie here because I just signed and paid for your service today, and unlike the previous three people who asked questions, I don't know any of these things. They already have website going on. So somebody will be doing my website, and once it's up and running, I will be able to be in charge of that website myself. Is that correct? Okay, because I already have a website, but it's kind of a bit old, and I will be abandoning the website, keeping my domain name and transferring everything to you guys. So once the website has been built, I can deal with it myself, basically, and follow all your instructions.
Yeah, so you can deal with the website now. You know,
but the deal is the deal with
you don't touch
was
anything
that I wait in about 5-7 days. Somebody will get in touch with me, and we will start building my website. I don't want to mess with that.
No, for sure. But like I said, you are the business owner. So the website, you have full access to it the same way that the agent building your site will have access to it. So you're the only person that has access to the back end, unless of course you bring somebody else in, and you basically have full control over everything on the site, everything that's happening on the site. The agent is there to help you with these one-time things, one-time setup-wise things that are taking a long time, that are, something that people don't want to deal with in general. And they will set that up for you and basically hand you over the site that's live, that's, completely set up and ready to go, ready for you to start marketing, ready to sell, and, all of that stuff. After that, the site is in your hands. You're responsible for everything that's happening on the site, and you have full control over basically anything on the site.
Okay. And in the meantime, in the next 5 to 7 days, while I'm waiting for them to get in touch, I can basically access all this information on marketing. I can start educating myself 100%. With regards to marketing. 100%. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. So the moment you got into the art storefronts, the moment your account got created, you got access to all of it. So you can just log into the back end of your site. The login credentials that you got for the back end of your site will get you to our Art Business University, will get you to our Marketing Vault, will get you to any workshops that we run. We're running some fantastic workshops right now. Taylor from the marketing team is running workshops on email marketing in general. He just finished course number 3 yesterday. These are like 4 workshop courses, and he does them in once a week.
Are they available as recordings?
Absolutely, every single workshop we do is available as a recording. So you can.
And where do I find out about that?
That's a very good question.
Can you show me on the website where I find all the podcasts and recordings and whatnot? 100%.
So I'm going to use Natalie's site as a guinea pig here.
Sure.
I mean, just because I have it open, but yours should look identical to this. So in the back end of the site, I have these tabs up here, right? And if I hover over marketing, what I can do is I can click on Marketing Resource Vault here. Now you have several options in here. Workshop replies is one of them. You can just access the workshop replies right here, but Marketing Resource Vault will give you access to our basically index of all playbooks and tutorials that we have. But if you're looking for specifically workshop replies, this is where you can click. It'll take you to the workshops section of the Marketing Vault, which is like a huge button when you log in.
Wow.
So we have the upcoming workshops. This is the one that we're on right now. And then we have Dominating Your Niche Master Course, which was the master course before this one. And then we have Email Marketing for Artists, master course, which is like week 1, 2, and 3. Week 4 will be next Tuesday, I believe. So these master courses are something that will be quite often in the following period. Master courses are just something that we have found to be a much better way of teaching people how to do, like how to dominate your niche, how to find your niche, how to, establish yourself within your niche. And then once you do, how to do email marketing. This is one of the biggest questions that people have. What is email marketing and how do I do it? So fantastic courses, both of them. I'm going to send you links in the chat to both of them. And while you're waiting for your agent to reach out, this is a very, very good course to watch.
Yes, this is one of the reasons I actually decided to sign up for Artstorff ASF.
Yep, Artstorff. Yeah.
Because I've done everything in the last 7 years. I've done everything. I've got everything in place, except that I don't know how to market myself efficiently.
We'll teach you that. You're in the right place.
And just the one question, or maybe two, and then I'll let you go. The dimensions that you keep on mentioning on all these pages where you design, where you set up for printing or product description, are they in metric or imperial system? Or can I do both? On Etsy, for example, I put both so that both Americans and Europeans can understand sizes of my paintings.
Not on this site, unfortunately. So defaults to inches, and you can circle back to metric system too. You can.
So there are both options.
There are both options, of course. Yeah.
Do you live
but you can only choose one, right?
Do you live in America?
Right? No.
But are you familiar with how Americans understand the metric system?
To a certain
Are they
degree.
good or bad?
I think nobody,
here in the UK we use both.
Well, I don't think anybody from outside America or UK understands the metric system, the imperial system very well. So I live in Serbia, actually. We use metric system, just
because in the UK we use both, and everyone knows. But my experience with America is that nobody understands the metric system.
No.
So I'm just trying to determine whether it would be a good idea to do that, because, as I said, so far about 70% of my sales have been in North America.
So what I would do is, for your prints that will be printed in the United States, I would use the imperial system. So I would set my website to default to imperial system, but when you're setting up your originals that you send yourself, I would have them, like a site option, be in imperial system, but in the description I would add the metric system. So I would say, this is 8 by 12 and this is whatever in centimeters, right? Framed and unframed and stuff like that. Because for originals, you have a lot more freedom to add things than you have for prints, because prints are subjects to fulfillment vendor. They have all these medium options you can choose and sizes and stuff like that, and images are adjusting based on what you select. Versus with originals is you can upload a lot of these images and you can upload descriptions and videos and stuff like that. So that's what I would do. I would make sure to cover both sides as much as you can.
Okay, and this is a new thing again, because I'm used to Etsy. Etsy processes my payments, but it sounds like I'm going to have to. I do have a PayPal account, but it sounds like I'm going to have to open the account for the credit card. How is that done? Is there someone that can give me advice on ASF? Or?
Yes, absolutely. So you have two companies that process credit card payments that our Storefront's website integrates with. One is called Stripe, and the other one is called Authorize.net. Right.
Okay.
We would highly recommend Stripe simply because Stripe has additional features attached to it, such as Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Afterpay. Right.
Okay.
So these are all important features. How people are today, just want everything done in one click. Versus authorize. Authorize is more as an alternative, right? If Stripe doesn't work out for whatever reason, you have authorize as an alternative. Stripe, back to what I said about you being the business owner, you will have to process all of your payments. You get the full amount of the order. Everything goes to your account. Of course, the ASF fees and fulfillment costs for prints are taken out automatically with the automatic fulfillment. But other than that, everything is like, our storefront doesn't really take any payments or process any payments for you. Nothing is done by your storefronts. So everything, we don't even hold your credit card info. So that's all done on Stripe. So when somebody, for example, were to purchase a print from your site that's fulfilled in the United States, they would pay, let's say that the full price is like $200 and the fulfillment costs are like $30 for that. So you would get $300 in your Stripe account right away. It would just be deposited right there. But from the credit card you have on file, the system will automatically charge you $30 for printing costs, right? For creating the thing that was ordered, right? Plus our storefronts fees that are applied for prints, and plus, if you have like free shipping active and stuff like that, all of the promos, and that's something you can calculate beforehand. But that's basically how that works. So to answer your question, yes, you will need to set up most likely Stripe, because that's what is more convenient. And you can have PayPal in addition to Stripe as like a separate option on the site. Somebody can just use their PayPal to pay, or their credit card, whatever they want to do.
But is the setup done through, what I don't understand, is the setup done with Swipe or with yourselves on behalf of Swipe, given that Swipe takes off all these charges, which includes charges that you charge?
So what happens is the Stripe.
This is why I need to speak to someone who can help me with this, because I've never had to do this. I always use third-party platforms to process payments.
And this is similar. And I think this is a very good question for everybody on the call, everybody who doesn't really fully understand how this works. And this works in a similar way. So you have a website hosted with our storefronts, and you have a third-party payment software that you process payments with, which are, just integrated so that, you can complete the purchase on the site, but no info really is shared anywhere. So your customer's credit card will only be visible to Stripe. It will never be visible to anybody, to you or anybody on our storefront side. So transactions are completed on the Stripe or authorized if you set that up. So when it comes to the card that's charged, when you are charged, the card on the file, that's also done through Stripe, but through our Stripe account, through our storefront Stripe account. That's an automatic charge that happens. So it's pretty much all in the cloud, right?
And is there
anyone? And we can definitely set up 100%. We can. That's what I was going to say. We can set up a phone call for you. We're like, separate one-on-one and just answer.
Because that will be crucial. Because this is something I haven't got experience.
100%.
And
100%.
I don't want to mess this up, because I may end up being charged erroneously, a lot of money. And
100%.
Because, how do I set up a call?
I'll set it up for you. Are you available Monday afternoon? We're talking in US Central Time.
Oh, that's another thing. Just the last thing I was going to say. All the times you keep on talking are American Central.
US Central Time,
like
yes.
Texas, sort of
yes.
Central Zone. So it's always 6 hours later. Shall I say?
From UK, it's 8 hours from Serbia, and Serbia is 1 hour before UK, I think.
I'll tell you, it's 8:45 in the UK.
It's 9:45 in here, and in Texas, it's currently 2:45.
So the difference is 6 hours between the UK and which is fine, because it's all even if you have something at 3 p.m. in the States, it's 9 p.m. here, so I'm
Yeah.
still not in
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so
You
it's all
can set
inside.
up this for me, and we call it a day.
Okay, so let me just take a look at the calendar real quick. So that would be in your time, Monday evening. So about 7:30, 8 p.m. in your time on Monday.
Yeah,
Would
that's
that
fine.
work?
Yeah.
Right. So that's going to be 1:30 or 2. Which one works better for you?
1:30 in the United States.
Yes.
Let's do as early as possible. 1:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
Okay.
6. That's 7:30 here. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Awesome. Hazel, can you book that, please? If you're here
Thank you
still.
very much.
Yes, Marco. I just have to get Sasha's last name or email address so that I can book that
Okay.
call.
What's your last name, Sasha?
Shall I write it down in the chat, so it's going to be easier rather than spelling?
Yeah, I mean, you can for sure.
You should be able
Oh,
to
you have
pronounce this
Serbian
easy
last name. I
because
saw it right away. I typed in
I'm,
Sasha in here, and you popped up the first one.
yeah, I was born in Yugoslavia, but I've been
There
living
you
in the UK for 35 years.
There you go. Where
So-
were you born?
In Serbia.
Got it. I'm in Belgrade right now.
Yeah. I studied there, and then I
There you
left after my studies. It was still
Awesome.
Yugoslavia back in the days.
Yeah.
So
I was born when it all fell apart. So
yeah.
I was like 93.
Well, one of your colleagues, Philip Tobic,
Yeah, he's
who
from
actually
Chicago.
processed my payment and who introduced each of us. I think he's also from somewhere there.
Yeah, I think he's from Serbia, but he also lives in UK, I think.
He lives in the
Something
United
like
States.
that. Or in the United States. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay, so you can
Awesome.
this is
Yep,
my
it's all going to
email
be set up.
address.
Yep.
Thank you very
Mhm.
much. So you will send me the invitation for this conversation in an email.
100%. And it will be an event in your Google Calendar or Apple Calendar, whatever you're using.
Okay, Google. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's it.
You're welcome. And welcome aboard. Nice to meet you, everybody. Okay, Hazel, do you have any other questions, or can we wrap it up for the day? I think
All
we
good
got
on
to
my
everybody.
end, Marco.
Okay, thank you. All right, everybody. So I think we're ready to wrap it up at this point. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Hope you guys found the session helpful. We touched on a lot of different topics, as you guys saw, but the main thing here is to to know actually what is in front of you, what's the step in front of you, because this is a huge undertaking when you look at it, right? It's like we have to set up the site first, right? And then we have to start marketing, we have to launch our business, and then we have to consistently market till we get to a certain level. And then we get to that level, and then we have to elevate to the next level. So it's all going to be segmented, in a way where you can understand it better. And that's very important because each segment will have its own set of tasks and its own set of goals and metrics for you to follow. The first step, of course, I see Bob said, I'm not worried about it. And the first step, of course, is to set up the website, and that's going to be done by our agents. For a lot of you, those who are setting up the site themselves can always reach out to tech support team. We'll help you with any hurdles you might run into or anything where you're stuck. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. Let's see what Bob has. Hey, Bob.
Yeah, just real quick. The documents you talked about sending us, will that be sent by email or will it be through messaging on the website?
It's going to be through an email. Through an email.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Awesome, Bob.
Right. So again, thank you all so much for joining us today. If you guys have any questions, you can either ask your dedicated agent or just send us an email to cs@ourstorefronts.com. Book a call with us, hop on live chat, or hop on one of these workshops, and we'll make sure that all of your questions are answered and you guys are all set and ready to go. Thank you all so much, and enjoy the weekend.